Now, grass-fed butter, also a great source of conjugated linoleic acid. Conjugated linoleic acid really turns on fat burning. Also very good for the immune system, helps protect against cancer, supports muscle growth. It's also a natural form of butyrate. Butyrate is a postbiotic that our gut bacteria produce. It's a very short chain fatty acid that our gut bacteria produce from fiber, right? But a lot of people, because they may have gut dysbiosis, are not able to do that. Some people don't tolerate fiber very well in general. So butter is a great natural source, right? Getting a direct source of this butyrate, which helps reduce whole body inflammation, helps heal the gut lining. So it can be really powerful there. It also contains that fat-soluble vitamin A, retinol. Now, fat-soluble vitamin A, the bioactive form, retinol, we can't get from plant foods, right? So we get beta carotene, but we actually have to convert beta carotene. It's a precursor, but we have to convert it into a form of vitamin A that we can actually use, a retinol form. And it's actually more bioavailable to get direct retinol. We get this from grass-fed butter, from pasture-raised eggs, from organ meats, like particularly liver, grass-fed beef liver, something like that. We're going to get a lot of this retinol, right? So really powerful antioxidant that's great for the brain, great for the eyes, great for the skin. Butter is also a rich source of vitamin D and vitamin K2, and they work together for calcium metabolism to help pull calcium out of the bloodstream and into the bones where it can be used. We don't want too much calcium building up in the bloodstream. When somebody develops osteoporosis or weakening in their bones, it's not typically due to poor, it's not typically because they're not consuming enough calcium. It's because they're not absorbing calcium well. Maybe they have low stomach acid levels and they may not be utilizing. They have poor calcium metabolism because they don't have enough vitamin D and vitamin K2 and magnesium, which help work with calcium to get it into the bones. So that's important. Grass-fed butter also does have calcium. It also has magnesium in it, selenium, right? A lot of different compounds that help. It also has lecithin, which is a form of choline, which again is great for the brain, great for all the cell membranes. It's also rich in omega-3 fats. If we get grass-fed, 100% grass-fed butter, rich in omega-3 fats as well, which are very good for reducing inflammation in the body. Monounsaturated fats. Monounsaturated fats have one double bond. So saturated fats have no double bonds. The more double bonds in a fatty acid, the more susceptible it is to oxidation, right? The less stable it is, okay, and the more fluid it is. So saturated fats, again, are structural. So they are less prone to oxidation. They're very resilient to oxidation. And they're hard, right? So that's why like butter is solid at room temperature, for example. Coconut oil, solid at room temperature. But, you know, if you heat it, obviously they'll break down and they'll become more liquid. Whereas monounsaturated fats and polyunsaturated fats are liquid at room temperature. So they're fluid, right? They're the fluid ones. So your best sources of monounsaturated fats, oleic acid, which is always combined with vitamin E. All your foods with oleic acid are also very good sources of vitamin E, which helps protect against oxidative stress. So olives, extra virgin olive oil, avocados, avocado oil, macadamia nuts and macadamia oil, grass-fed butter and meats, also some nuts like almonds, peanuts, but I'm not big fans of doing a lot of nuts and getting a lot of oils from those, like oil, peanut oil and stuff like that, because they also have a lot of omega-6, inflammatory omega-6 fats, whereas macadamia nuts are really primarily just monounsaturated fats. Same with avocados and extra virgin olive oil as well. And then anytime we're consuming grass-fed butter, that's got monounsaturated fats as well as the saturated fats, the omega-3s in there, and the meats, right? And grass-fed meats as well. So in general, again, we want to cut down on omega-6 fats. We're supposed to have like a 2-to-1 ratio of omega-6 to omega-3, maybe up to a 4-to-1 ratio. So we're going to consume more omega-6 than omega-3. But the typical American individual out there is consuming a diet that's roughly 20-to-1. That's because they're consuming a lot of grains, a lot of processed vegetable and seed oils that are very high in omega-6s, and they're consuming grain-fed animal products where the animals were eating corn and soy, and that was very high in omega-6s. And so their meat and dairy products are like 20-to-1 ratio of omega-6 to omega-3. And that's creating a major fatty acid imbalance that drives up inflammation in the body. So very problematic there.